would say. So say goodbye to everything you ever knew before, and I'd understand if you went running out the door. And I'll keep you safe, and no harm will ever come to you, I swear. And I'll kill if they even dare. I'll kill, I swear.
Jack, be nimble. Jack, be quick.
Jack jumped over the candlestick and burned his dick.
Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Is that personal experience? Boo. We are finally recording again. I apologize to any of our followers. Fuck that. I don't apologize. Dudes, I started a new job. And it's great, but my hours changed and we're in a new routine, so... You know.
You're making excuses.
I'm not. I was fucking tired. And this has been written for 2 weeks. I was tired. Happy belated birthday to Das Boot, which was yesterday, which by the time you hear this is who knows when. But he had a birthday. Happy birthday, Boot.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah.
Yep, my birthday was yesterday.
I'm your highness.
So you are my highness. And I am Das Boot.
Did you just call me your highness? Highness?
Yes.
Like, is that like in the taint area? Because that's...
No, it's a
really
royalty thing. But if you want to feel it there when I say it, you can feel it there. Yeah.
Feel it. Am I on a pedestal?
Yes.
Ah, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Michigan Murders and Music.
Yep. We're talking about Michigan murders. What? We're going to leave you with a happy ending.
What kind of happy ending, Boot? Like slide off your chair happy ending?
There's going to be an interesting band that we're going to feature at the end of this episode. And we might give little hints throughout the episode.
Interesting band would probably be the best way to describe them.
For this one,
because there is just no description for this. There's no excuse.
So is there a way to follow us? Figure out who we are?
You can go on the social media type platforms. Facebook, obviously. We're on Spreaker. We're on iTunes. We're on Castbox. We're on Facebook. We're not on Twitter. I hate fucking Twitter.
I don't even understand Twitter.
I'm on Instagram. You know, fucking look us up. We're available.
Yep. And apparently there is an explicit content warning that Mary's going to have to explain. Yeah.
You're going to swear?
What? No.
Just because you got older, you just think you can just swear?
Oh.
Well, I'm just saying, if you have multiple children, but one of them happens to beat the tooth fairy to the punch and collects the teeth before the tooth fairy can.
That's creepy.
And then keeps those teeth in a little tiny baby food jar in the back of his underwear drawer, or maybe in a shoe in the back of his closet.
Come up with this stuff? That's just weird.
If you go to do your tooth fairy job, or if the tooth fairy comes and that tooth is already gone, oh, you've got a kid on your hands. And that has nothing to do with us. So don't let your kids listen to us.
Right. But it sounds like that kid would collect
And by the way,
clippings.
we were kind of talking about this because it was on Michigan Murderinos Facebook. What parents kept their children's teeth?
Oh my God. Okay, my mom kept our teeth.
You hear
in a
that?
Little jar.
Do you hear the roo behind you?
Yes, that's our dog.
He's the dude. I didn't keep any of my kids' teeth, but I kept that little jackasshole's teeth.
He's
a couple
Jack
of
Russell.
them.
Yep.
Look at him. Let me out. I gotta go. So, anyways, follow us. Please rate us. It helps us with, all the things. Where are we going to, Boo? If I held up my mitten.
We're going to the Detroit area.
What? I am unfamiliar with Detroit. Where is that located?
Okay, if you hold up your right hand, your palm facing you.
God damn it. We keep going here.
Like right about where your thumb meets the soft part of your hand there.
Kind of right in the crotch.
Down in there. Detroit, everyone knows.
It's a little bit like
just
the
because
crotch
you don't know where
of the
Detroit
mitten.
is, everyone else does
it's
know.
It's in the crotch part of the mitten.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep, twat.
So
I like to call it.
This street is called St. Aubin Street, which is in Detroit.
Well, in 1904, Benito Evangelista arrives in Philadelphia as an Italian immigrant. Mm-hmm. He comes to the state with great trained carpentry skills, kind of like the boot.
Well, yeah, my dad was fresh off the boat with great carpentry skills.
Fresh off the boat. That
back in the day. Yep,
not
through
even
Ellis
that
Island.
long ago.
No, it's not very long ago.
He eventually changed his name to Benny Evangelist.
That's weird.
Highly entertaining to me. I can't help it.
Why Benny?
Why Evangelist?
I don't know. And then it becomes... Okay,
Benito is kind of a cool name. Yeah, like Benito.
Benito, the Bandito.
Benito. Hey, Benito.
Mm-hmm. So 2 years after arriving and apparently working as a real estate agent/builder successfully.
Yeah, he was doing that well, but then suddenly Evangelist claims he is getting daily visions from the good Lord God Almighty himself.
Yeah, that sounds a little creepy.
The man from above.
Like, I think there's something wrong with this guy.
The guy from the big book.
People say he was obsessed with bizarre beliefs.
I mean, isn't believing in God itself kind of a bizarre
we can't
belief?
Go there.
I didn't say that. I'm sorry.
No.
I don't get it, Boo. His last name says it all. If anyone is to be a prophet for the love of God and all of his disciples, Mary too. This guy should be believed in. His last name is Evangelist, and people should believe him.
Yeah, Benny.
His family thinks he's nuts, and they disown him. I mean, they're probably religious, and they probably think he's lost his goddamn mind because he says he's hearing from God.
Well, I think he did lose his mind, so we're going to pursue this a little bit further.
What happens next?
Well, he starts working for a Pennsylvania railroad construction crew.
My grandpa did that. I think I told you that before.
Yeah. Yep.
My friend Robin is also a conductor in current times railroad.
Robin.
In Pennsylvania, as a matter of fact.
So while he was working there, he met Aurelius Angelino.
I am so glad you had to pronounce that name because that was not happening here.
It's Aurelius. Aurelius
Angelino.
Yep.
They become involved in a cult.
Yep.
These two guys have bam, instant cult.
They're both into the same shit.
God, like karma, we both believe that we can produce magic and we can cast spells. I feel like that moves away from the godlike thing a little bit. It's kind of oxymoronic, but they did it back then.
Yep. So Evangelist starts chronicalizing.
Chronicalizing.
Thank you.
It's like the chronic.
Chronicalizing.
If you smoke the chronic, you would be able to pronounce that word.
So he starts documenting his visions and eventually turns them into a book called The Oldest History of the World. And apparently it wasn't very well written.
It had, I kid you not, that was a shortened title of the book. It had the oldest blah 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 from blah 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 and lives in Michigan and blah 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 blah. You can look it up, or I'll post it on the social medias. It's said to have been poorly written, but basically he claimed to be a prophet in this book, right? In 1919,
Aurelius
Angelino.
He takes an axe and murders 2 of his own children.
A fucking axe.
What the heck? With an axe.
Okay.
That's just brutal.
I can't kill a worm with an axe in the ground.
I don't even want to step on one.
How do you... people piss me off.
What do you do? I mean,
How do you kill your How do you kill your kids?
People
to begin
are doing
with?
this.
And then, what the
With
fuck?
their own kids. I know.
Well, he
So
gets sent to this insane asylum. Well, asylum for the criminally insane.
Yep. Yeah, they shut them all down, I don't know, what, 20 years ago?
I don't
25
fucking
years
know,
ago?
but in
Something like that?
1923, guess what happens?
Oh.
He escapes from the asylum. And he has never heard again. He's never heard from a grin.
So, yeah, he escaped. Easy to do.
Dude,
all
we
you have
need
to
to
do is
look
open
into
a window
this
and
Aurelius guy.
So, soon after Aurelius Angelino...
He commits these murders, and Evangelist moves to the big Detroit in a home on
Which is Detroit for,
what?
Yeah.
It's called Detroit.
We don't say toi.
It's Detroit.
crude.
It's French.
Detroit.
Detroit. Where were we? He moves to St. Albans Street in Detroit.
Yeah, he uses his mad carpenter skills as, a recent immigrant with these skills, and he builds this weird shrine. He uses chicken wire and all kinds of paper mache stuff, and
because
he starts
chicken
building...
wire is handy as fuck. I mean,
you can find it anywhere, and you can mold things.
You can build a house out of chicken wire. You wanted to. Well,
Big
then
little pigs.
he builds this house, and then he proceeds to make 10 paper mache doll-like things. They were kind of dolls. 9 of them were supposedly to represent the planets. The 10th, a giant glowing eye, which he said represented the sun.
Mm-hmm.
He hand-painted a sign because, he's artistic. So... why wouldn't you? That says, the Great Celestial Exhibition.
Weirdo.
I'm thinking if I'm driving down the street and I just see a hand-painted sign on the side of the road,
Dude,
I'm not going to stop there.
It gets more weird.
I feel like it's a mouse going after the cheese.
His business takes off. People are into this stuff. He encourages his clients to interact with his creepy-ass paper mache...
It's a paper mache people solar system.
Yeah.
It's his intergalactic deities. Deities.
You know what's interesting is if the clients couldn't pay, he wouldn't help them.
No, he didn't have a vision if there was no money.
No money involved.
Imagine that. It sounds like a church. I'm sorry. It's very, very churchy. No offense to those who believe. July 4, 1929. A business partner shows up for a scheduled meeting to discuss real estate at Evangelist's home. He knocks on the door, boot.
Yeah.
No answer. None. And they had a scheduled meeting.
Yeah, you don't want to walk in on someone while they're masturbating.
Yeah, you just...
doing a reading or something.
He finally realizes enough time has passed, nothing has been happening, and he gets inside the house.
Yep. When he gets inside, he finds an Evangelist at his desk, almost as if his head were down, resting on his crossed arms.
Like he was playing 7-Up?
Yeah, but
Thumbs up, 7-Up?
His head was gone. He had no head. It looked like he was slouched over, but his head was gone.
Surrounded by copies of his book, which had been finished for like 3 years. So, red flag there. Someone didn't like something he put in his book.
Yep.
By his feet was his head.
Yeah.
Along with a framed death portrait of his son who had died years before. It's
horrible.
Weird. Death portraits were a thing back then, and they're actually, in some cultures, still a thing, and they're kind of making a comeback.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they are. I've seen a few.
People are weird.
That shit's burned in my... No. I see my mom and my brother. I don't need pictures.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, though, for the photo opportunity. But if you take a photo of me when I'm dead, I will come back and haunt the ever-loving... You just fart.
That was my shoe.
You're a fucking...
It really was my shoe.
You're such a liar.
So...
if I come back and you hear farts in the middle of the night out of nowhere...
That is you. I know it's you.
It's goddamn
so,
me.
Elias, the business associate...
Elias Brothers?
Yeah.
Like
he runs out of the
boy?
house and calls the police. He must have gone to the neighbors.
He
I don't
just
know.
goes-
There's
he's
no
like,
cell phone.
Oh, police!
Right.
5-0!
Yeah, they
Yo.
that was the only way to do it. Just go find a
Oh
phone.
my God, police! Wow.
When the police arrived, Evangelist's kids are found butchered and bludgeoned to
It's
death.
just so funny when you say
in their
evangelist kids.
bedclothes.
Because when you say that, I'm sorry.
You're thinking of a preacher or is it
I'm
an
thinking
evangelist?
of, like, Tammy Faye Baker.
Oh, well, that's a poor example. Yeah,
I know.
never mind.
So, like you said, police arrive and his kids were found
Including the 18-month-old baby.
butchered and bludgeoned to death in their bedclothes. His wife and the 18-month-old baby were found together clinging to each other in their bed. After they had passed away, they were still holding on to each other's body. Warning, ding, ding, ding. This is not good, you guys. This woman is clutching her baby in her arms, but she is almost decapitated. That's horrifying.
1900s style. Neighbors, gawkers, and basically people like us in general. You and me.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Went through the house.
No, I
checking
now
everything
know
out.
that I would not do that until after all evidence has been...
we would have.
Well, back then, it took forever for the police to get there. What are people supposed to do?
Yeah, Keystone Cops.
They all
They're
went...
like, oh, there's nothing to see here.
We love murder stories, but...
Of course.
How can you walk through that?
I'm not going to do it.
No. Evidence was contaminated.
Yeah.
And the only evidence found was a bloody fingerprint on the door handle.
Oh, on the door handle.
Oh, it's on the door handle.
They say the murder happened between midnight and 3 a.m. How do they know that? They don't have any...
Maybe
experience.
one of his clients left and said, I left there at 11:58 p.m. after my $5,000 spiritual reading.
Oh, and that's usually when Evangelist is vision.
You know, midnight to 3 a.m.
Yep.
I mean, some people's visions come at a very scheduled time like that. Nobody came forward. Not one client from what I could find.
So the police roamed the crowds looking for a killer. And
because we all know why. The killer always likes to chill out and become a part of the scene.
Come and check up on things.
See what's happening. Act like he's... I mean, what? Is he going to be the only guy at home? That looks more suspicious.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay, the first suspect, by the way, they checked the crowd. They didn't come up with anything. But the first suspect was Umberto Tecchio.
Oh?
For real. I can't...
Keep talking.
I can't even make that shit
That's
up.
really his name.
Was
Umberto
Tecchio had visited Evangelist the night before the family murders with a friend, Angelo DiPoli. We couldn't make up more disco mob names.
Oh, they're mob
tried.
Names. Totally. That's great.
Tecchio. Wait, there's no N in there. I want to say Tecchio.
It's Tecchio.
Tecchio says he was there to make a final payment to Evangelist for his home. That's a coinky-dink.
Right.
So the two men were brought in for questioning after the popo discovered a banana knife, an axe, and a pair of boots. I don't know why they're bringing the boots into this.
I had nothing to do with it.
Also, I still can't spell banana. Also, we had to Google what the fuck a banana knife was.
Looks like a banana. It's got a little hook on the end, and it's banana looking.
Apparently...
Can you say Tecchio again?
Tecchio. Those boots that they brought into the story, they were found in the home, and they were wet and had recently been washed inside of the house.
I wash my boots.
You know, I sometimes do it, and I do it inside the house. Side note, Tecchio, had recently, 3 months prior, as a matter of fact, killed his brother-in-law with a knife, but was never charged. Never charged.
Techio.
Techio had recently, 3 months prior, killed his brother-in-law, but he was never charged. And then the night before Evangelista dies, he's at his house. And that's a little coincidental if you don't ask me. I mean, if you ask me. And if you don't ask me. We didn't have the interweb back then, but have you ever heard about coconut wireless? What did you just say? You forgot to smoke.
Yeah, I know. I got distracted.
We were taking a smoke break, folks.
And I didn't smoke. I forgot to smoke.
You probably didn't notice the pause in there because I'll edit the shit out of that. And then all of a sudden, Boot goes, fuck.
Yeah, I forgot to smoke.
He's as ADD as I am, friends.
Oh, hell no. That is not even possible.
So,
yeah, Techio.
You know, we didn't have the interweb back then.
Yeah, but there's coconut wireless?
Yeah, that's what they call it in Hawaii. I got that from the movie Blue Crush because I love that movie.
Yeah.
Coconut wireless is basically the fucking grapevine.
We live
Michigan,
in a small town.
It's the grapevine.
Oh, it happens so fast.
So quickly.
Everyone knows everyone.
So how did they not know that Techio had killed a guy previously? Well, because it's 1934 and you could just move away and
disappear and everyone forgets.
Nothing happened.
So years later, probably after loads of counseling, a paperboy.
Aw, Boot.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
Yeah, I was a paperboy.
You were a goddamn good paperboy, too.
I was, yeah.
You're just a little guy.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Well, that paperboy came forward with information that he saw Techio, thank you, outside the Evangelist home the morning after the murders. You know, that kid was up at the crack of black.
Yeah.
He had his paperboy bags that were probably made out of burlap back then.
Yeah, they were. Well, not
they
burlap.
Even have
they were
bicycles?
canvas.
They were canvas when you were a kid. We're talking
back then, yeah.
Yeah, they're probably burlap and they're itchy and you had to...
Yeah, but you saw stuff.
Extra, read all about it.
You saw stuff late at night, early in the morning.
Oh.
Just really early.
Oh.
People walking up to you with a beer. That was weird. Hey, you want one? No, I'm good. Thanks.
That happened to you?
Yeah.
I can totally see us doing that to somebody.
Yep. That was
God.
a pretty small town. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he saw something, but shit happened and too much time had passed. We don't know if they attempted to match Techio's fingerprints to the print found on the doorknob.
You said knob. But there was a lack of evidence.
Suspect numero dos. Former member of the Evangelist cult. Unnamed cult member. I shall call him Cult.
Ooh.
So unique, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm
Cult
so
dough.
Smart. Cult dough. He claims he was scammed because he spent his entire life savings on the healing magic of Evangelist. He was very sick and he was desperately trying to be healed.
You know, that's a common theme. You know,
I feel like it's not Evangelist's fault.
It's not. You know, people, even these days, they get deathly sick with cancer or whatever. You know, they look for absolutely any venue.
I'll go anywhere besides the doctors.
You go to the doctors?
This guy was scammed and he was very sick and none of the cures that Evangelist claimed to have cured him, and he spent his life savings on it.
So he felt like a sucker. What do you do?
I would try it 5 to 10 times, and if it didn't work, I'd say, sorry, trying another avenue.
Another venue, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A venue is kind of where we go to see music, but I did write venue on here.
Did you?
I did. I would try a different avenue.
But then
a different
there comes
fork in the road.
What?
Guy recants his statement several times and never said anything about killing the rest of the family. So he basically claims he killed Evangelist, but didn't know anything about the rest of the family. So he was a falsie.
Mm-hmm.
Suspect C. I can't say this name at all.
Aurelius Angelino.
Remember Evangelist's old buddy, old pal, the one
His
who
old buddy.
flew out of the cuckoo's nest?
Mm-hmm.
Like good old Jack. 3 years later, police find a man named James, I jumped to conclusion. It says J. Smith, tied to an altar with a knife through his heart.
That's gross. Disgusting.
Well, it happened to Jesus. Smith was apparently killed by another occult leader named Robert Harris, who claims that Smith offered himself up as an offering. Hey, take me, put me up on the altar and stab me in the heart. I'm willing to go. For the name of magic and
Weird.
Evangelists. Things get weird, Boot.
I know.
It's just how it is.
The coroner found it different, though. He was knocked out with the wagon axle before being strung up.
Back up. I
Okay.
typed something completely different, and you skipped right over it. Was knocked out with a goddamn wagon axle before being strung up there. And we were talking about this tonight.
I was trying to leave out the
I know
naughty
you
words.
were. That's why I said back that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
My throat's dry. Take over.
There were doubts now being cast on Harris's claim. He was imprisoned, claimed to kill several others. Most importantly, he claimed to have killed the Evangelist family, like the entire family.
Police investigated. Fingerprints did not match. And it's believed that Harris wasn't even in Detroit at the time.
That's Detroit.
Detroit.
So, 3 suspects.
3 strikes.
3 strikes. Yep. Still no final solving of the murders.
To this day. It's 2019, folks.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I don't think by this point there's ever going to be a solving.
Oh, God, no.
Just because
much time has
all
passed.
those people just went trouncing through and
Yeah.
really they had no technology.
So the evangelist's house was eventually torn down, and the people say that the land is still haunted to this day.
By a headless ghost. Just one headless ghost.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, there you have
You think
it.
the land is haunted?
Do I?
Yeah.
No. But, I like to let people believe whatever they want to believe.
I think we have a ghost in this house. It's a nice ghost, but I've yet to actually experience firsthand just weirdness.
Our dogs act really weird.
Yeah. I feel like if there's going to be one headless ghost, there should maybe be 2, because the wife was damn near headless. And in my opinion, I feel like it's probably that guy that visited him, Techneo.
All right. I really don't have an opinion.
I think it was Techneo.
Yep, there you go. Okay.
Case solved.
Good for you. Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers you go.
You get your natty light on up here. So, Boot, do you have a happy ending? Will you leave us on a good note?
Tonight, we are going to feature a band.
We are going to do a selfless, shameless, selfish,
There's a fantastic band out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, called Potatoebabies. And they are going to do their 35th performance at Grand
Jesus
Rapids
Christ.
Festival of the Arts.
Well, can I tell people who aren't from this area what Festival of the Arts is?
Yeah, please do.
Festival of the Arts is they block off like tons of the streets downtown. There's an entire street of food vendors, which is the best part. And there's 10 stages where music and dance and theater and
all kinds
anything
of really
that
cool
can
artistic
happen on the
performances.
stage. And then there's places for your kids to do art, and there's music, and I said that already. This year is Festival of the Arts' 50th year, which is fucking nuts because the Potatoebabies have done 35 out of 50 of those years.
35 years.
Now, the Potatoebabies They've been around for a long time, so it's had a rotating band.
Members have changed.
Members have come and gone, but it's been a good solid 5 years with most of the band members. But now we have Reverend Charles Preston Smith. Mm-hmm. We have you.
Me.
Dasbu on bass. Reverend Charles sings, by the way, and he is the founder of the band.
We have Jeff Armstrong playing guitar like a madman.
Pretty much anything he puts his fingers on just turns to gold.
Yep.
He's like Midas. And his hair.
Oh, yeah, he's...
The ladies like Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Daniel McCoy on drums.
DJ.
We have Louis P. as a stage dancer and jumper and upper.
And Jolene Rumsey playing
on the keyboards. And it also takes a good amount of 5 to 10 people to support.
Oh, we have hula dancers.
We've got all mayhem.
Kinds of, we've got a choir.
It looks like mayhem.
Madness.
It's not.
It's very well rehearsed.
There's beach balls. There's toilet paper. There's beads. There's vinyl on the ground. It's
a show.
It is rehearsed complete fucking mayhem.
Yep.
So you guys can see the Potatoebabies. We decided to give the shameless plug because they only play a handful of shows a year, maybe 5 at the tops.
That's coming up in about what?
A couple
2
weeks,
3 weeks.
Yeah. So
first weekend in June.
Mm-hmm. Look up Festival of the Arts.
June 2nd.
On the web places. It's 28 days and about 19 hours until festival. What Boot and I do is we go to a parking lot. We get there early and we tailgate all weekend. And we just binge on local bands and bands from different areas. There's bluegrass. There's every kind of music possible.
So fun. You just walk around and find all kinds of
watch,
cool stuff.
Take photos. It's a great time. So definitely
check it out. You should come here.
I just want to talk about the lyrics to the song 100.
Oh, it's a very intellectual song.
It's so deep.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how he came up with such poetic
deep song.
lyrics.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's not.
Oh, he's a genius.
And it's just fun. Everyone wears apparel. Not going to say costumes. Apparel that's a good time, and it's great. Mm-hmm. So anyways, you guys, if you would please like us on all the social medias. Please help us move up so that we can tour and do our podcast on stage like My Favorite Murder
that'd be great.
The Fall Line and True Crime Garage and all the cool kids who inspired us to do this.
So tonight we're featuring
Potatoebabies.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, 4. 25 years ago, 45. I came down to festival. Yeah, I had fun and saw a show. Yet all to go. We laughed and we held hands. We lost our mind to the band. We laughed and we held hands. Look at me now, I'm in the band. Don't you ask me why. Just ask how high. When I say jump, jump, don't ask why. Reverend says jump, jump, ask how high. When I say jump, jump, don't ask why. The Reverend says jump, jump, ask how high. All these years have passed. I never thought that it would last. Now I'm playing on city stage. Potatoebabies.